All right, everyone, we're back here at Capadeas, and they're letting me borrow their dolly and their jib to show off the CineMilled Mitchell mount. And right before we start with this, I want to show you guys real quick how to assemble the Mitchell mount. Talk a little bit about the CineMilled Mitchell mount adapter. And it comes in two colors, of course. It comes in anodized black and in bare aluminum. Now, while the price does not include this Mitchell mount adapter, this is a piece that a lot of grips have. If you own a crane, you might have. But if you buy this, you may want to buy this. I think we're going to start being able to sell this on our store so that you can buy both together from us. But basically, it's very simple. We have a two-piece sandwich design. So you can see the bolts in the back here. This way, you can have an uninterrupted dovetail on the top. But basically, that's just a solid design. So it's the two screws right there, or the bolts, match up with the two bolts on the Mitchell adapter. And just line those up. Insert your Allen. I'll do a little bit at a time so they don't get bound up. So screw one in a little bit, and then screw the other one in a little bit, and just alternate so that it moves down at an equal rate. Just tighten those down nice and tight. And there you have it. So that is the finished Mitchell mount adapter for the Ronin from CineMilled. So basically, you unscrew this guy. Slide that into the Mitchell mount. Tie that in with that. And then slide in your Ronin in the bottom. All right, everybody, so now that you've assembled the CineMilled Mitchell mount Ronin adapter, you can get your dolly or your crane or anything that has a Mitchell mount base to it, and really easily and simply slide that piece in there, take the round collar, spin it on. There's the two pieces. There's a Ronin quick plate with the Mitchell mount on it. There's a collar. I'm going to do this so that you guys can see. Basically, that's the bottom of the Mitchell mount. So you take this and you slide it through. You spin on the adapter. And then you tighten it. And on the Panther dolly, this is nice. You just pull this pin. You could reposition the Mitchell mount. So that's a nice feature I like about it. So there it is, solidly mounted. You can see there's our plate mounted on it directly onto a Mitchell. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spin this into low mode. We're going to depress the, first we're going to, so this is an important point. You can't just take off the handlebars because you see that spinning right there. So what you have to do is you have to take your remote and turn off your Ronin. See, that disengages it. So once that's off, that's when you should remove the handlebars. And then all you got to do is line that up. Slide it in until you hear a click. Take your tool, immediately tighten the CineMilled mount. All right. Make sure it's nice and secure. Then you can take your Ronin controller, turn it back on, and you'll see it's finding its center there. So make sure the Ronin's off, so the power's off to the motors. Once you do that, you simply slide on to the plate until you hear it click. Take your tool, immediately tighten this nice and tight until it's nice and secure. And then at which point you could take your remote, turn your Ronin back on. If you didn't know, doing that 3 times activates or deactivates all your motors. And there you go, you have the Ronin right here on the Panther Dolly, directly onto the Mitchell mount in low mode. So on the Mitchell mount, what you can do is you could pull this pin and simply rotate the Mitchell mount. It's a very nice feature of the Panther Dolly. So basically, now you're in overslung mode on the Dolly. You could do Dolly moves, and because we're on a Panther Dolly, you can boom down and up with the remote control, which I love, and you can record and it can play back moves almost like a semi-remote motion control setup. Very good for product shooting, product photography and stuff. So there you have it. There it is on the Dolly on the Mitchell mount with the CineMilled plate. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, check us out on the website. All right, so since we were here at Camadeus, they were nice enough to set up the Panther Classic with the Super Jib on it, and we just wanted to show off with the Mitchell mount how you can go directly onto the Mitchell mount, onto any jib that has a Mitchell adapter at the end of it, which is pretty much anything out there. This is a very nice setup. So there you have a stabilized jib / crane platform, whatever you want to call it, and it's directly attached to the Mitchell mount. And it's a very clean setup if you own your own jib or crane.